Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday to you. Happy, very snowy and messy Sunday across the state. That is for sure. We are looking at a mess out there right now. The roads are not looking good. Very slick conditions across the region. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. And hey, I guess it's a good thing that it happens on a Sunday, right? Most of you guys have the day off. But we are certainly going to see this continue as we head through the next several hours. And I want to actually pull up the radar now. And really what we have going on is we had a little bit of a break over the last couple hours. It didn't just completely stop, but we did have a lot of the heavier precipitation, the heavier snow, the heavier sleet, a lot of that kind of wind down just a little bit. And that's still the case over towards areas like Lewiston, for example, if you are in Augusta as well. However, we do have our next round of steady and heavier precipitation moving in right now. And you can see that down to the south. That's where we are looking at some of the heavier precip down towards areas now like Portsmouth. And actually, let me just pause the radar and zoom it out just a little bit. You notice a lot of this precip that is going to move in right here is going to be on the heavier side. We are going to see a lot of this pass in through the state as snow, as sleet, and as some freezing rain as we head through the next couple hours. So the precip is not done, and it is not going to be done for quite a while. We are going to continue to see this as we head through the next several hours. Now, again, we are looking at a little bit of a break in some areas, and that is going to be the case as we head through, at least if you're in Lewiston, for the next, say, half hour, hour before it eventually really starts to pick back up. We are starting to see the precip move into areas like Sanford. I would love reports of what you guys are seeing right now. And I was just, outside in the Portland area over the last 20, 30 minutes or so, and we did have snow falling in the Portland area, or up through the Portland Westbrook region. And we are seeing times mix in with some sleet. And I have yet to see some freezing rain here in Portland, but that is not out of the question as we head through this evening and tonight. So certainly going to be a very messy commute if you do have to head out over the next couple hours. That is going to be the case through the nighttime tonight as well. And I actually want to pull up some of the snowfall reports that we have had over the last 24 or so hours. And let me zoom in just a little bit. We are certainly looking at, a forecast that actually worked out pretty well. You can see around the Cape Elizabeth area, we had right around that 5-inch mark as you head over towards areas like Sebago Lake, 4 inches or so, and then down towards York County, even a little bit more over towards areas like Portsmouth, upwards of almost 6 inches of snow, a little bit of sleet mixing in with that snow as well, especially as you head down towards the south. And then up towards the mid-coast areas like Rockland, around 4 inches of snow and sleet as well. Freiburg, you guys saw upwards, or at least so far, of around 3.5. But again, it is not done in the Freiburg area. We are going to continue to see this snowfall as we head through the next several hours. Gorham, areas around the Gorham area, around 3.5 right now. And again, this is going to continue as we head through the nighttime tonight. I'm already getting a lot of reports coming in from you guys, so thank you for the report. Jen saying sleet in Arundel right now, and freezing rain, according to Amanda in Chelsea right now. I do want to say, and I was saying this last night, is if you have rain falling, assume it's freezing rain, because a lot of the temperatures out there right now, if you're not along coastal York County, we are really running in the 20s for the most part. We have temperatures certainly on the colder side to support freezing rain or sleet, of course, snow as well. But if you have snow, if you have any rain falling through now through the evening hours and tonight, you just really need to assume it's freezing rain. It may look like it's just plain rain, but then you go back outside a half hour later and your car is completely iced over. That's probably going to be the case. A lot of just reports of some sleet coming in. Sleet right now in Westbrook, according to Christina. Thank you for the report. Barely anything in down East Maine right now. Yeah, that's where we had the lowest totals. That's where we put a lot of down East Maine in the 3 to 6 inch category, but it is not over with in the down East area as well. With the snow and sleet and freezing rain is going to continue through a good part of the evening and tonight as well. And then snow in Saco, according to Jason. Thank you very much for that report as well. Now, I do want to zoom out the radar, and we again have plenty of precip off to our south and west. We do have this band of precip. Let me circle it right here. That's moving in right now. That's going to pass through as we head through the next couple hours. And then you notice there's another round of some very light precip well off to our west areas like Pennsylvania right now. That could scoot in and actually move in as some snow showers as we head through the nighttime tonight. So I do think that areas, that see some sleet, some freezing rain right now through the evening hours may actually end as some light snow around 9, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. And then most of this is out of here between, say, 9 p.m. and midnight. Most of this is going to be done unless you're up towards the north areas and down east as well. I know there was someone just mentioning down east. That it's going to end a little bit later for those areas, but most of the bigger cities, the Portland, the Augusta, the Lewiston, Auburn area, Freiburg, especially south of Freiburg, a lot of that's going to be out of here before the midnight hour. So hopefully that'll allow the plow crews to get out through the overnight and continue to just clean up the roads, because the roads are certainly a mess. I was just outside a little while ago, and yeah, the roads are just a complete disaster here in Portland. And you can see that right here on our Portland Skycam. We are actually looking at some light snow falling in the Portland area at the moment, 22 degrees. The wind, it's a little breezy out there. You'll probably notice it, especially out in some of the fields, open fields. We do have winds sustained at around 13 miles per hour right now, but that is not the wind gust. The wind gusts were a little bit higher than that. We weren't expecting huge wind gusts with this, but of course, it doesn't, any type of wind when the temperatures are chilly like this doesn't feel too good. A winter storm warning is in effect across the state, and that is going to be the case through around 1 o'clock in the morning. If you're up towards the north, if you are over and down east, it probably lasts a little bit longer than that, but most of us will see the winter storm warning expire around 1 o'clock in the morning, and that's when we are expecting a lot of this to end. Again, we are going to see most of the precip out of here before the midnight hour. Now, let's notice the temperatures. You can see temperatures generally in the teens and low to mid 20s. That's the case for, I would say, 90 to 95% of the state. But let's zoom in a little bit closer. Cape Elizabeth still in the mid 20s. We have 21 degrees in Windham, 19 degrees in Gray, 18 degrees in Lewiston. And anytime you get temperatures in the teens and low 20s, if you are going to see any precip besides snow, it's very likely to be sleet. You almost never get freezing rain when the temperatures are in the low 20s, because that rain will freeze back up before it hits the surface. But you head down towards the south, areas in York County, take a look at this temperature gradient. The temperature gradient's pretty wild down here. Right now we have 33 degrees in Kittery, but over towards Dover, the temperature's 26 degrees, 24 in the Kennebunk area. Again, you can almost see the temperature gradient line right here, where we do have some of the cooler or warmer temperatures, I should say, in the far southern part of the state. And that's where, again, we were expecting the potential for some just plain rain in the far southern part of the state. Portsmouth right now at 35 degrees. And again, if it is rain falling in that area, you may be looking at some plain rain down towards Portsmouth, but really, you just need to assume it's all freezing rain for the daytime today, the evening tonight as well. And you can see the temperature gradient for the mid-coast as well. We have some of the milder temperatures, of course, down towards the coast. That's where New Harbor is coming in around 27 degrees. But if it is raining in New Harbor, you're looking at freezing rain right now. We are looking at teens for many areas as you head inland. And then up towards the north, it is plenty cold enough to support all snow. Temperatures running in the 20s or teens for the most part. Some of the valleys, some of the lower level elevation areas, I should say, we are going to see temperatures a little bit milder. Berlin right around that 22-degree mark. Look at that, 8 degrees up towards Jackman. You don't get anything besides snow pretty much when the temperature is 8 degrees. Now, the winds, again, it is a little bit breezy out there. It's actually going to be quite a bit windier for the daytime tomorrow, but the winds, they are along the coastline on the stronger side at times. We do have some wind gusts that are higher than this. And as we take a look at the wind gusts, we're between 20 to 30 miles per hour for most of us right now down towards the coastline. You can see that in the purple shading. That's where some of the higher gradients are, and that's where some of the stronger wind gusts are as well. All right, let's get a look at some of the comments again. Wendy coming in with some snow in Kennebunk. Not much in the Portland or Pownell, area right now. Again, that is going to change. The precip is just the next round of precip. Some of the heaviest precip, I should say, is going to be moving in over the next hour or two and just continue through the evening. Now, Newfield coming in with some sleet. Thank you guys for the reports. Christina, some sleet in Westbrook. It has calmed down. Oops, actually, I just pulled up. I didn't mean to pull that one up. Keith, Alex Keith, I should say, calm down in the Durham area. And that is, again, going to change as we head through the next couple hours. We are going to eventually see the next round of precip. And I'll show you the radar again in just a little bit. And then Josh, I want to pull this one up as well. Hello to you. What happens for the next storm Thursday? Right now, we could see some fringe effects with that. I do think that is going to generally be a miss for the Portland area, for the southern part of the state, especially the north. The north is almost guaranteed to have a miss here. But if you are in the southern half of the state, especially near and along the coastline, there's the potential for some light snow showers Thursday. But of course, we're not really totally focused on that yet. But right now, it looks like it is going to be a miss. Dan saying some sleet and freezing rain in Lewiston right now. Yes, that is going to be the case as we head through the evening hours as well. Now, here's your planner for the next several hours. The easiest way to sum it up, wintry mix. As you head up towards the north, it's going to be all snow. As you head into the central and southern part of the state, that's where we are looking at that wintry mix. A lot of sleet. I think there's a much better chance that you'll see hours of sleet versus freezing rain. So pretty much we have the wintry mix continuing through the evening hours, and the weather warn is up as well. We do have the weather warn for the evening hours, and that is going to continue through the nighttime tonight. If we had 9, 10, 11 o'clock on this, say it was the next 8-hour forecast, you'd probably see it end as a little bit of snow here, because I do think there is the chance that we do end as a little snow. Now let's take this storm tracker slowly as we head through the evening hours, 5 o'clock. You can see the precip, a lot of pink shading in there, showing that sleet for the most part, but also some freezing rain. The pink is, on Storm Tracker, it's not exactly showing the difference between where the sleet is and where the freezing rain is. It's really just if it's freezing rain or sleet, it's pink on this map. So pretty much everywhere in the southern half of the state is looking at a mixture of sleet and at times freezing rain. If you are down towards the very, very far coastline of specifically York County, maybe into parts of southern Cumberland County, there could be some plain rain in this area. That would be about it. Otherwise, we are going to see generally a period of snow, sleet, and freezing rain as we head through the next several hours. And then this continues 8, 9, 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock as well, but then notice it could transition over to a little snow on the back edge. As some of the colder air works in, we will see the chance for some light snow. I'm not expecting much of any accumulation, maybe a coating. At the most, we would see a coating to an inch on the backside of this system as we head through, say, 9 to midnight tonight. Then this moves on out of here. Snow showers continue up towards the north as we head into the day on Monday, but overall, Monday's a dry day. That's not the storyline for the day on Monday, however. We are going to see some strong winds, and I'll show you that in just a second. This is our total snowfall accumulation and sleet accumulation map. This is not what we're expecting now through the end of the storm. This is total snowfall and sleet accumulation. And overall, it's actually working out really well because we do have a lot of 3s and 4s and even 5-inch reports being reported in this 4 to 8-inch range, but we're expecting more as we head through this evening. So I think a lot of places are probably going to end between, say, 5, 6 inches of snow and sleet as we head through the nighttime tonight. As you head up towards the north, we are going to see a better chance for just some snow as compared to sleet, especially up towards the far north and mountains. That's where we are likely looking at just snow with this system. And then down towards the mid coast and down east area, we have just a little bit less there. I think that's where we're going to see more 3s, 4s, and maybe some 5s in some spots, but a little bit less in that area for really 2 reasons. I think there's a better chance for some sleet and freezing rain in that area, but also there's just the snow is not, we didn't get a lot last night, so we got some of our accumulation in, say, Portland, Sanford, areas like that overnight last night when the snow was very fluffy. We got an inch or even 2 in some spots. They didn't really get much last night. A lot of it kind of stayed down towards the southern and central part of the state, so that's why we have a little bit less over there. 4 to 8 does it for a lot of the bigger cities, Lewiston, over towards Augusta, even up towards the Bangor area, but Portland down through Kittery, areas like that, we are pretty much looking at 4 to 8 inches. A lot of places will end between, say, 5 and 6. Now, ice potential is certainly possible as we head through the evening hours. A lot of places have not seen much in the way of freezing rain yet, but there is that potential as we head through the nighttime tonight. And, before midnight, this is pretty much going to wrap up. But I think the best chance for some of that freezing rain is right near the coastline. That's where we will see the best chance for that. Could see upwards of 1/4 of an inch. Now, 1/4 of an inch of ice is enough to cause some issues if you have, some strong gusty winds. I don't want to overplay 1/4 of an inch of ice because, one, I don't think too many people will see that, because even in the darker pink, you can see that we're really only going 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. So it's pretty much going to land in between there. You'll probably get a little crust on top of the snow as we head through this evening and tonight. As you wake up tomorrow, you may have some crusty snow on top. But other than that, I don't think it's going to cause too many power outages or anything tonight. I do think there is the potential. There will be some scattered power outages because the winds aren't completely calm right now. Tomorrow, we are going to see some strong winds. We could be talking wind gusts 40, 50, even 55 miles per hour tomorrow. So if we do get some periods of freezing rain, that could cause some problems tomorrow. So that's something to certainly watch as we head through the nighttime tonight and into the day tomorrow. We are going to run the risk for some power outages, especially on Monday, even though it's going to be a dry day. It's the wind, but also if we get some freezing rain on the trees, on the power lines, that's not going anywhere because temperatures are going to be below the freezing mark for the nighttime tonight. Here's your forecast for the daytime tomorrow. We will see the sunshine back out, partly cloudy skies at times, but the wind is going to be there. We are talking wind gusts upwards of, again, 40 to 50 miles per hour, even higher than that. I'll show you that in a second. High temperatures only going to run in the teens and 20s. So you're talking 40, 50 mile an hour winds with temperatures in the teens and low 20s. That is not going to feel too good as we head into the nighttime tonight, or tomorrow, I should say. Now, here is a look at the winds. You can see they pick up behind this storm, and we are talking winds tomorrow gusting upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Now, areas like you see the Lewiston, Freiburg area, 34. You don't want to take these numbers exactly. It just gives you an idea. A lot of places between 40, 50 miles per hour, they are going to see those gusts for the daytime tomorrow. And I do think there will be some power outages for the day tomorrow. Now, Carol, do you think the morning commute will be bad? Well, I do not think it's going to be great. I would say, because the snow isn't going anywhere. We're not going to see temperatures climb above the freezing mark tonight, of course. Temperatures are going to stay below that freezing mark. So we are talking, the snow, the sleet, even some freezing rain, whatever falls in your area for the nighttime tonight. It's not going anywhere. So I do think that the roads could be slippery, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of how well the plow trucks clean out the roads. I think they will be slick, especially if you have to get up very early, but I don't think the roads will be too bad because I assume the plow trucks and public works, credit to them, give them as much credit as you can, of course. They will be out, I'm assuming, all night just cleaning up the roads. So I would say you'll have about 5-6 hours of dry precipitation, meaning the snow ends before midnight. But if you don't have to get up till 6-7 o'clock in the morning on Monday, it's not like the snow is going to continue into the morning on Monday. So I think they'll have several hours of dry, conditions where they'll be able to clean up the roads. I think they'll be pretty good. Kim saying it is heavy sleet here now in Wells, already 8 inches of snow. Wow. Mixed with snow and sleet all day. Wow, that's one of the highest reports that I've seen so far. Thank you for the report. Chelsea, the chances of a flight getting out of the jet port at 5:30 in the morning. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. I say that because the runways. I was struggling to find the word there. The runways they're going to clear those puppies out. They're going to clear them out right away, and it's not going to be doing anything at 5:30 in the morning. We're not going to be looking at snow. We're not going to be looking at sleet. We're definitely not going to be looking at freezing rain or rain. It is going to be dry, and you're probably actually already seeing clearing skies at 5:00 in the morning. So I would say it's actually pretty good. And that's just simply because the precip will not be falling at that time. So that is some good news, of course. And that is, again, the wind going to continue. I mean, I don't know how much the wind impacts flights. I would say at 5:00 in the morning, you're probably looking at gusts maybe up to 20, 30 miles per hour. I personally just don't truly know how wind impacts flights, but I would say you'd be fine. Here's the wind chills for tomorrow afternoon. We are talking temperatures feeling most areas between 0 and 10 below 0 for the afternoon, not for the morning, not for the night. For the afternoon, we are talking wind chills below 0. So it is going to be on the cold side for the nighttime tonight. It's going to be cold tomorrow with the wind, and that wind only continues, and we are talking wind chills 10, 20, even 30 below 0 in some spots when you wake up Tuesday morning, and that continues into the day on Tuesday as well. I think really the difference between Monday and Tuesday is we are talking stronger winds on Monday, less windy on Tuesday. However, the temperatures on Tuesday are going to be colder. So you really just factor the two colder temperatures, but less wind, and the wind chills are pretty much the same both Monday and Tuesday. So what you feel Monday is what you're going to feel for the day on Tuesday. Now, I actually want to jump back to the current radar. I know a lot of people are just joining in, and I want to talk about the radar just one more time because this, of course, is the most relevant thing that we are talking about right now. Let's zoom in a little bit closer to areas like Portland right now. Sanford looking at probably likely a mix of snow and sleet. There is some snow up towards the Freiburg area right now. And I want to talk about this map that you see here. Now, it's funny because Charlie and we were talking about this earlier, and essentially what we have going on here is it looks like, as I zoom in a little bit closer, the sleet line it looks like there's some almost the darker colors here is where we have a lot of the sleet. So you can see a lot of the sleet, especially south of this. We are probably looking at mainly snow up towards areas like Freiburg right now. So it's interesting to see how the correlation coefficient essentially picks up on the ice pellets versus the snowflakes in the atmosphere as it falls down to the surface. So let's get a look back again to the satellite and radar. We'll take a look at what it looks like right now. And again, we do have the snow mixed with sleet at times in the southern part of the state. And this is, again, just the beginning of the next round of precip that is going to move in. Augusta probably not doing too much right now. I'm sure you're still looking at a mixture of some snow at times, some very needle-like snow, very small snowflakes, and for many areas. But once one of these bands moves through, all of a sudden it can turn pretty heavy at times. So snow is going to continue. Sleet is going to continue, even some freezing rain for especially the southern part of the state. As we zoom out a little bit, you can see that's our next round of precip. As we head through the next several hours, we are going to see this move on through. It ends between about, say, 8 p.m. and midnight, and then we are going to see things start to calm on down. Now, here's your forecast overnight. We are going to see temperatures dropping back to the teens, and then for the daytime tomorrow, we will see a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures, though, only running in the 20s. And what you don't see on this graphic is the wind. The wind is going to be pretty bad as well. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast, and we are talking windy conditions both Monday and Tuesday. Again, as I was mentioning, a few degrees warmer Monday, but stronger winds. cooler Tuesday, less windy. So you really just that essentially that equals out to very cold wind chills both days. And we're probably talking wind chills 0 to 10 below for the afternoon hours for many areas Monday and Tuesday, 10 below 0 to 25, 30 below 0 up towards north and mountains. So it's just going to be very, very cold out there. Wednesday's looking pretty good. Mostly sunny skies, less windy, a few degrees warmer. So I think Wednesday is actually one of the better days of the week. And then Thursday we are watching still. I was talking about this yesterday. If you were watching the Facebook Live, if you were watching the actual shows, that there's a storm down to our south. These trends continue to be for this to be down to the south. However, there is potential for some light snow in the southern half of the state on Thursday. That's about it. I think that's the worst case scenario right now. We do have some light snow in the far southern part of the state Thursday into early Friday, but that would be about it. Doesn't look like a big storm. And you can see overall that if that storm passes down to our south, this trend of storms every 2-3 days is probably going to come to an end, and we are going to see a pretty dry stretch of weather as we head through the next week or so, again assuming that system passes down to the south. Now I'll pull up a few more comments before I head on out of here. Old Orchard coming in with some snow and sleet at the moment. Hello to you, Tatiana. A lot of snow in Hartford, Connecticut right now. Yeah, that's for sure. And Elizabeth, when will it warm up? Look at this. Yeah, we are talking again, probably not until late week and early next weekend. We are talking temperatures probably getting back closer to average. It just seems like this past month, we've been talking about temperatures running in the, teens and low 20s, just well below the average for this time of the year. Sleet and Madison, thank you, Liz, for the report. Always appreciate that. And what else do we have here? Diane, you are welcome. I appreciate the thank you there. And Bangor, Maine, Madison, you right now, I think if I had to make the forecast, I have you in the 4 to 8. I would say you're probably on the lower end of the 4 to 8. I would say, you could probably even put yourself in the 3 to 6 category. So expect probably around, say, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow and sleet in the Bangor area as we head through the rest of this storm. Again, the storm is not over, and the storm is not going to be over for the next several hours and into the nighttime. Tonight, this pretty much wraps up again for 8 p.m. to midnight. Most of this is out of here from southwest to northeast. Could end as some light snow on the backside of this system, 9, 10, 11 o'clock for the nighttime tonight. And we are going to be on live at 6:30 for the night tonight. I will have the latest update at 6:30 and then probably do another Facebook Live around, say, 7, 8 o'clock tonight just to give you guys another update. And then we'll be back on at 10 and 11. So hope you guys can join me then. And I hope you have a great evening and stay safe. You do have to head out on the roads. That is for sure, because the roads